Hi, welcome. It's Emmeline here, and I was originally supposed to be making a YouTube short about artists I listened to in 2024, but I just recently finished this book that I'm in love with, and I think I need to just talk about it. Before I could start talking about it, I should tell you the plot. So I'm just gonna read what Amazon says. 8 hours, 6 friends, 5 survive. Red Kenny's on a road trip for spring break with 5 friends. Her best friend, the older brother, his perfect girlfriend, a secret crush, a classmate, and a killer. When their RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere with no cell service, they soon realize this is no accident. They have been trapped by someone out here in the dark. Someone who clearly wants one of them dead. With 8 hours until dawn, the 6 friends must escape or figure out which of them is the target, but is there a liar among them? Buried secrets will be forced to light, and tensions inside the RV will increase by deadly levels. Not all of them will survive the night, which is true because, of course, it's called 5 Survive, so 1 dies. You can get this book on Amazon. You can get it $8.99 for Kindle. For hardcover, you can get it for $11.11. And for paperback, you can get it for $8.07 right now. It's 46% off, but the original price is $14.99. If you do some looking, though, you could probably search from other sellers, and you could probably find it used for cheaper. Anyway, now that you know what the book is about, I shall just start reviewing it for you. How I'm gonna review this is I'm gonna give you my initial response, my thoughts on the plot and structure, if I enjoyed the style of it, the characters, the readability, the recommendation, and then the final, then I'll rate it finally. So, let's begin. How I felt as soon as I finished the book was, I felt pretty, like, you know that feeling where you're like, I need more of this? That's how I felt. Because, like, the book was just beautiful. In my opinion, it was the best book I've ever read. I felt sad by the end of it, honestly. I literally cried, because of the ending. There's a letter at the end, and let's just say it definitely brings out emotions in people, especially after you've read all the things that happened in this story. For the plot and structure of the story, I was pretty engaged in it. So, if I'm being honest, when I first got the book, I read about 100 pages, and then I stopped for like 7 months of reading it. So, yeah. And then I picked it back up about a week or 2 ago, and I finished the whole entire book because the chapter I left it on, it just kept getting better and better. So, it's not the author's fault, technically. It's mainly mine. I'm not going to blame the author at all. It's just, for me, personally, it takes me a bit to get into a book, especially when I don't have a nice, quiet place. Then I don't really read. I kind of have to be pushed to reading, and I was. But, I'd say the story definitely was a page-turner at one point. Mainly when it starts to hit, like, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., because that's when stuff really starts to get crazy. So I'd say I was pretty excited. Shocked, maybe, too. Some of the stuff did shock me. Like, they each have their own secret. Well, not all of them, but like 3 or 4 people on the RV have their own secret. And it definitely shocked me, one of them. Because near the end, I kind of figured out another secret. I wasn't expecting the one character in this, Arthur, his secret. I'm not gonna say anything. It didn't really shock me, though. I just was like, oh, sometimes stuff doesn't shock you. It's just more of a, reaction. You know what I'm saying? But, Reina's, that's her name, her secret was pretty wild. Wasn't expecting it. So, yeah. I mean, it's not that crazy, but like, yeah. The characters of the story were, I wouldn't say they were relatable. I mean, I guess in their own little ways they could be relatable. If I really sat down and looked at the characters, I could probably pick parts from each of them, each character out of the 6. I could say that they all have maybe a little bit that's related to me, but I wouldn't say any of their problems are really something I can relate to. Yeah. I wouldn't say any of their problems is something I can relate to. Maybe it's like how Arthur has glasses and then I have glasses. But I don't know if that's really relating. But we relate on the fact we're both blind. So yeah. Was there any that I was particularly engaged with? Yeah, I liked Arthur, I'm gonna be honest. Even after his thing got revealed, I still liked him. One character that I absolutely hated by the end of the story, and I'm glad what happened to him, is he deserved what happened to him, which was Oliver Lavoie, and he's the worst character in book history, in my opinion. One of the worst. Out of all the books I've read, he was a big bad antagonist. Like, he infuriated me. I think he's honestly more of an antagonist than the sniper. Honestly. Because, like, he sucked badly and he was annoying. He did get crazy at one point in the story, which really added to his character. The style of the story was pretty good. I didn't mind it. It wasn't hard to understand. I mean, it's a little confusing in the beginning when they're talking about all the characters, because you have to, like, piece together who's who. Like, oh, who's the older brother? Who's the best friend? Perfect girlfriend, secret crush, classmate, killer, all that. I mean, the killer doesn't get revealed to the end, near the end of the book, but still. But once you get into it, it's pretty easy to understand everything that's going on. How the author wrote some stuff, it definitely added to the suspense. It added to the emotion you feel. Definitely. She did good at making people feel tense, suspense, scared for the characters, sad for the characters. Holly Jackson definitely did that good. I'd say the rereadability of this book depends, honestly. Like, I love the book so much, I would reread it, but I wish if I went to reread it, I'd rather not know all the twists, because then I can get the emotion back that I once did when I first read it, and all of that. Like, I don't know if it would still be very, like, tense. Maybe if I came back a decade later, forgot about everything, and then reread it, and I was like, oh my gosh, to everything, then, yeah, pretty rereadable. It just depends. I think it could be rereadable. I would reread it. Personally, I would reread it if I could re-experience the emotions I first did. Would I recommend this to a friend? I already have. I've recommended it to many people so far because I love the book so much and I want people to feel what I felt. So yes, and I recommend it to all the people watching right now to read this book, 5 Survive. As I said, you can find it on Amazon. If you have audiobook with a membership trial, you can read it for free. I recommend you get that audiobook trial right now. Just kidding, you don't have to. I can't force you. But I definitely recommend. Like, if you have to buy it used, buy it used. If you're like a kid, like me, I'm a teenager, just like ask your parents for money. What's the other card? Just kidding, don't do that, you'll get in trouble. No, just ask for it for your birthday, for Christmas, any other holiday they can get presents. Ask for it for Halloween or Easter, like, honestly. Or what you could do, because Valentine's Day is coming up right now, you could ask your lover or just your mom, because it's Valentine's Day. I don't know if your parents get you anything Valentine's Day. Mine do though. They give me like candy, a little basket. It's pretty cute. Maybe I'll post a picture on my community post when I get one. But anyway, yeah, just ask for 5 survive. If it's the only thing you get, oh wow, you get some candy with it. Sneak it on there. You could be like munching on your Valentine's Day candy and reading this book. Like, everybody here watching literally needs to read this book. The aesthetic for it, the people, I saw a video and it was an aesthetic video for this book and it was beautiful. It was exactly how I imagined it. I'm actually going to put some Pinterest photos up right now as I speak, because you need to see the aesthetic, I think, of the book, and maybe it'll convince you. So just imagine it. Your RV breaks down. You're with 6 good old friends. Well, 5. It's 6 friends total. You and 5 other people. Imagine your RV breaks down. You and 5 other friends are here in the middle of nowhere with no cell service. And it's getting dark outside. Dun dun dun. And you notice that someone's in the shadows. And it's a sniper. And the sniper is trying to kill you and your friends because they want to know a secret. And you have until dawn, which is a total of 8 hours from the time you're at right now when your RV broke down. And we're just going to say it's 8 hours because the book is 8 hours. You two and you all are trying to figure out exactly who has the secret. You guys are all going to fight tooth to nail, tooth to tooth, nail to nail, finger to finger, toe to toe, etc., etc. But just imagine it. Doesn't it sound lovely? I mean, it doesn't seem like a lovely situation, but it's aesthetically pleasing. At least according to Pinterest and the people who've also read this book. It's aesthetic. If I could live forever, I'd be awesome if I was in this situation. But as a person who can't live forever and who can easily die from a singular bullet, I'd rather not. Now, I will be finishing this video up with a rating. So I'll be doing it out of 5 stars. Star 1 this is the worst book in all the books I've read. Star 5 this is all the best book of all the books I've read. Now, this might shock you, but I'm gonna say a 3 star. It was pretty mediocre. I'm just kidding. It's a 5 star. If I give it a 6, it's a 5 plus 1 star. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. No, it's a 5 star though. It's a beautiful book. It's got all the emotions you'll ever need in a book. It's actually given me all the emotions that I've ever had in a book. It definitely will give you that suspense, the thrill, the tense, the tension, the sadness, the anger, a lot of anger. Go read it. You won't regret it. Trust me. It's a little slow at first to get into, but once you get into it, you'll just flip through it like eating potato chips while you're watching Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, this thing needs to become a Netflix show or a movie. It doesn't even have to be Netflix. It just needs to become something because I need to see somebody doing this. Like, I need somebody reenacting this book out. Make a short video on YouTube. I don't care. Just kidding. Actually, I do. I would rather it be a TV show and all professional, but hey, can't always get what you want. So, Holly Jackson, we know you made that A Good Girl's Guide to Murder show. Gonna wrap this up now. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna quote the Truman Show, Anya, right now. Like in my About Me. Have a good morning, and if I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and